Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk about romance in anime, movies, TV shows, and everything. Today's topic, Elemental, right? Elemental, the movie about the water elements and the fire element, right? So the movie is about water and fire getting together into a relationship. I don't know who thought about that, but it's a good idea. It's a good idea, right? So basically we have Ember, right, from the Fire Nation, like Avatar, and then Wade from the Water Nation, from the Water Nation, right? So basically, Ember comes in from the Fire Nation with her family and is tasked to run like fire shop, tack shop, right? Tack shop where you sell goods from the Fire Nation, and then Wade is an inspector who inspects buildings and stuff and see if it's up to code and everything. So they meet when Ember, is running the shop, and then she has a meltdown, right, about running the shop and everything, because she's not good at it. To be blunt, she's just not good at it. So she has a meltdown under the shop, and then Wade floods in. Then says the building is not up to code. We have to shut it down and everything, right? So basically, that's the premise of the movie, right? So in my opinion, I think it's a great movie. It's a great movie. I like the aesthetics, like the visuals, right? It's very, I think it's a new way of showing animated movies. So it's very nice, free flowing, the movement, the people, and then the elements and stuff, right? I don't know how they did it. Is it like, I don't know if we pose a question, people will meet it, right? Is it like they have to move them individually, or do they make it like we're using the computer and stuff? So that's interesting to know. But I like that. I also like the romance between the water element and the fire element, because fire is very like Ember's like very angry, very what's it? She's very emotional, I guess. But fire is emotional and everything. The way it is more like calm, cool, and having fun, right? Truth be told, I like Wade. He's a very cool character. I like that like there's different sides to him, right? Like in the beginning, he's more like I need to do my job, and then in the middle, or like beginning middle, he turns to like and try to help her to keep the family or keep the her business afloat. So I think that's very cool. It's very cool. It's very nice. And then I like Amber. I think that there's a lesson to be learned. Whereas like Amber wanted to manage the tax shop, right? The shop that her parents own, but she wasn't good at it. So Wade's family, when Wade takes her to her family, they tell her that you need to do what you're good at. I think that's the lesson in life, right? So many people love playing tennis, playing rugby and stuff, but they're just not good at it. But instead of focusing your energy on things that you're not good at, you focus on energy on things you are good at. So you try different things. You ask yourself, what people ask you about, like so what people, let's say your friends, what stuff do they ask you advice on? Like, do they ask you advice about um, makeup, exercising, stuff like that, right? So you use that as a baseline to say, okay, people ask me about this. Am I good at it? Can I be better at it? How can I make money at it? And so that's a way to do it, right? Then in terms of them being together, I think they're a good couple. I think in this world there's many different type of couples, right? So they're like the opposite of each other. So some people say that opposites attract. So in this show, definitely opposites do attract. So I do agree with that. So some of my favorite scenes were when so Wade is trying to, and some at some point, like starts developing feelings for her, right? So he starts like taking her to like games, like the baseball game, to see the manager, to talk about the building. They go on a hot air balloon. They go to like different locations. It's very good, very stunning visually, right? So I think that I like the moments where they go on different dates. That was pretty cool. But I think, to be honest, I think Wade is a simp. Right, so hear me out here. I'm about to spit a little bit here. So I think Wade is a simp because so Ember says I don't want to be with you because I want to run my shop and I don't want to make glass because fire can make glass, right? She's good at that. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this and that. So Wade pursues her and pursues and pursues her. So I think that's the difference between real life and TV shows and movies, right? Because in real life, like if a girl says she doesn't like you, you just have to call it. You just have to say GG's. That's the end of the game. You move on, right? So I think that in my opinion, I think it's the same. She should just said, all right, I've lost, and try to go do something else, go after another girl. But the story already has Ember as the main protagonist, so I guess we have to continue that way. So that was my thoughts on that. And then yeah, but there's also a interesting like dichotomy where like Ember, Wade's parents were more open to be like to be with Ember, like they meet together, and the Fire people were more against their relationship, right? So I think that speaks to traditions and norms, but in the same real life, like there's some cultures where they'll not want their children to be with another race or culture or social groups, stuff like that, right? And then some cultures are more open, say, it's fine. It's very, very different, right? So that's also the difference there. So that's very interesting as well. But yeah. So my rating in terms of overall rating for the movie, I think is a 7. Right, I highly recommend you guys watch it. It's very like calm, pleasant movie. Yeah, I think it's very nice to watch. Highly recommend it. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on the movie. If you guys have any other movies I should rate or watch, just leave in the comments and I'll be sure to check it out. Thank you.